So
Recording.
at that time, about 3 or 4 days, it's about 70, little more than 72 hours went by, and a legion of fallen angels arrived to usher in the Dark Age. And that is officially when everything started. So they started removing all those of the lights, removing all of those of Source, and they took over this planet. And then you have the infrastructure as we have seen it for the last, 3 billion years. And then, in comings and goings at the time. That's where Marduk came in, always in cooperation with the fallen angels, because that was the plan under a dark age. Well, this time, they were under the impression these folks were coming back and they were going to save them. But the opposite happened last night. So the reason why all my alarms in my phone, not my phone, but the computer, everything was ringing last night, was because these folks, the non-fallen angels, wanted permission to enter. They had arrived. So over the course of about 3 hours to 4 hours this morning, if you call that morning, we had 120,000 arrivals of what you would consider Source's angels.
Wow.
Yep. So our little plans of cleaning places and cleaning houses and doing all the things was nothing compared to what I've seen since that time. Now, yesterday, and I forgot to tell you about this part, they had actually also gone to Mar-a-Lago, and there were terms and conditions given to the family members. Some operatives departed because they're crazy, and they were given terms and conditions about when they're going to make their announcement. They asked for a few days. They were given a very short window. So if they do not comply, they will no longer be with us either. And that is how this is working. You do exactly what we say, or you are no longer here. Now, the legions are the cleanup crew. That's what they're here to do. They are here to clean up any remnants of the Dark Ones. Now, these are non-repairable humans, quote unquote. And they have plowed through 252,000 people, non-complying people, since midnight last night, Mountain Time.
Oh my goodness.
And the numbers are rising like crazy. They are getting rid of anyone with a dark consciousness, anyone on the old program, anyone that refuses to comply. It is quick, it is simple, it is easy, it is not complicated, and they are here under, obviously, on high orders. They are going in everywhere. Thus far,
Well, I was just going to say, Kim, what do people see? Do they see a human in front of them? Do they not see anything at all? Does it just kind of, you know what I'm saying? Do they see a blue light? What do they see when...
No, they actually see a human. But even yesterday when the coalition was at the Treasury Department, you had some people whispering in there, are those angels? Who are they? Because they don't look quite right. The higher the density, the less like a human they can have themselves look. So there's a little oddity about them. And then, how many people do you know can walk into a gunfight and make the guns disappear? So there's that too, and that's caught on camera. A lot of that's been caught on camera. Obviously, there's security cameras in the Treasury building in New York and in D.C. So far today, other than the departed ones, we pretty much, they're going to go continue until there is no non-compliant ones left. They have actually, now to answer your legions informed them no, they're on behalf of ground commander, gave them my name. I am also the director of the GIA, and yes, they work directly with the GIA, and there will be changes in this country, is what they said. They asked if who was going to be in the White House if it wasn't going to be Trump.
Oh, White House.
I know. Oh,
When an
for love of
angel
Christ.
shows up, guys, don't ask who the president's going to be.
They said there might be an interim government, possibly military, is what they said. Now, at this moment in time, things are going very well. So we'll see. You know, there's still people disappearing that work at the Pentagon. They will continue to disappear if they continue to not comply. They are not to pick up the phone from Monarch Military or anybody else that happens to call. There were 4 chief of staff, we could call them the Chinese deep state section of the White House, that were ushered out, said thank you for your service, goodbye, you'll be compensated for your work. That's it. Yep. So this is all since we last spoke on Monday. Tremendous progress. Now, this will be done in every single country on Earth until either the governments comply or people die. That is the way it's going to be. They also, in Langley, things went actually better than expected. They were sick and tired of listening to these people and going around in circles. Wow, I know. They were like, welcome. I know.
They open the doors.
Open the doors. You know, have some hors d'oeuvres. Grab some tea. Let's have a chat.
So is that the generals then? When we talk about Langley, you know,
No. That's not Langley 5. This is actual
okay.
the building Langley.
I gotcha.
And yes.
Okay. Yeah.
They will make the rounds through to the FBI. They have also visited the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is going to be no more, and they know it. They are going to need more personnel because there are some people that work there that are not bad people. So, you know, like Susan Stanwyck, she's all for the gold standard and that kind of thing. So there's a few people in there that are decent people, and they suggested that we create a new division of the Treasury Department that would handle the law making and enforcement, and that would handle I'm not using the term regulation anymore because it won't be a regulatory thing. Regulations are not laws, they are mere suggestions by a third-party consultant. That's the Fed. Because the Fed's not actually part of the government, as all of you know, watching this. So will you see some changes? The answer to the question is yes. We do expect that, according to those at the Treasury, they have said they should be ready to go by Friday. They should have everything in place, everyone in place in all the treasuries and everything that has been requested. All the other government departments will have been addressed, so to speak. They will be going into banks later on this afternoon. They have actually gone in and, let's just say, either removed or took out boards in media companies completely.
Wow.
In preparation for what is to come. Next, there'll be some serious staff meetings going on in the larger news outlets. I would say a lot of the news outlets come from America, the ones that are global, but there are a few that don't. But they will be going to them all, sitting everybody down and letting the agency people, known as journalists, know how things are going to go, and either they're going to comply and have a job or not. They will announce what they're supposed to announce, just like good actors do, and the other folks over in Congress will also be complying with what they are supposed to.
Sir, yung RFID sticker, pwede dito? Opo. I-park ko lang yun, okay na dyan?